Well, we are almost at the end of week 12. It's Thursday that I'm recording this, and if all things are going well, the music you'll hear during this show is from Lorenzo's Music from blocksonic.com. The album is Lorenzo's Remixes Volume 1, and the song is Rainy Day Friction Sweet Thing Mix. And I picked that one mostly because it's a rainy day today where I am, and it's dull and dreary. It started off like a really nice day, but then kind of just turned into rain. So I'm going to have to take my dog out for a walk very shortly. But, she's not going to like it, so I guess I'll put a jacket on her or something. We'll figure it out. I'll have an umbrella. This is my last night of being by myself for the week. My wife is coming back from her trip. I say tonight. I guess technically it's tomorrow. It'd be after midnight, almost 1 o'clock, when that happens. But got a few things that I might to-do list for today, and a lot of it involves cleaning, I will admit, but because I'm lazy, not in like it's a last minute cleaning spree to make the house look nice and so that she knows that I took care of things or anything like that. It's just because I have left things lying around and just didn't feel like cleaning everything. And part of that, though, is because I've had video games, playing lots of video games this week. I got Spider-Man for PS4. I bought that from the library on Monday, so I have been playing that a lot this week, and I'm just going to check how many hours I've put in the game so far. And according to my PlayStation app, it said I've played for 5 hours already. So if it were Monday to Friday, it's like an hour a day, but it's actually Monday to Thursday, so it's I don't know what the average is. Maybe I should do a quick check. So 5 hours, that's about an hour and a quarter, an hour and 50 minutes every day. It's probably not exactly that much, as I split in between that and all 25. I guess what I'm also saying here is that for the moment, video games kind of took over my life. Not expected because I'd already figured, I'm not a gamer, I don't have time for video games. It's kind of kicked writing and watching things to curb for a little bit. I don't think it's gonna. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I am just taking advantage of my wife being away to play this much video games because I'm not. I know I'm gonna play as many when she's back because we like to spend time with each other, and games is sort of a solo activity, really. And also, it's set up on our main TV, so if she wants to watch something and I want to play video games, there's kind of collision there. So at least if we watch something together, it's time we spend together. And if it's something that I don't really want to pay much attention to, I can always grab a book and start reading. So in that sense, yeah, video games are exactly in both of you are into video games. It's not exactly a couple exactly, I guess. But actually, speaking of my wife being away, that does remind me. When I've been at home this week, I've kind of started talking to my dog more. So, like last night, I was losing battles a lot in Spider-Man, and I was complaining to my dog, Bailey. This is incredibly frustrating. It's so hard. I'm just complaining about not being very good at the games. So I've noticed that this week because I'm doing more talking to my dog. Although right now, I don't know where she is in the house. I think she came down into my little studio area, but she kind of just disappeared. So, but yeah, that's been my week so far. One thing I found out about yesterday, which I think is really cool, it's a podcast that I'm looking forward to, and it's a new one from Wil Wheaton, and he's calling it Storytime with Wil Wheaton or Storytime with Will. I'm not sure, but it's launching next week on the 26th, I believe, so next Wednesday. If you're familiar at all with LeVar Burton Reads, that was a podcast where LeVar Burton read a short story. That's pretty much what this is going to be. I think Will even said in an intro that he got blessing from LeVar Burton when they were at the airport together or something, waiting to go to a convention. So kind of cool. I'm a big fan of Will's Real Free Burrito podcast, and I'm sure he doesn't keep that up anymore. It's probably one of the things like I have where it's like it's there. You haven't exactly ended it. You could always upload something if you wanted to. It's not really a top of mind thing. So I don't know. I like the way that Will narrates audiobook. I've only listened to two of them, both of the Cory Doctorow books. So it'd be kind of neat. I'll see how it goes for a little bit. I know I couldn't keep up with LeVar Burton reads just as it's a significant time commitment to just stop and pay attention to the story that's being read to. So I find that difficult in job. Like I prefer to listen to podcasts over music when I'm working, but if I'm doing something either frequently interrupted or if I'm reading something, I lose what I'm listening to. So that's not exactly a podcast that I can listen to. But I don't know, maybe depending on the length of the episode, I'd listen to a drive to and from work. You never know. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm like rambling over and over and over. Just heard my dog upstairs that sounds like she jumped off the couch. So now at least I know where she is. She's probably about to come and beg me for. Yeah, here's in the room right beside me. She's gonna beg me for a walk, and I should oblige soon. So I'll wrap things up so I can edit this and upload it really quick. I wrote a pretty fun post today about my experience building a self-hosted server. Well, I guess technically it's not self-hosted. It's just a server, virtual server. I don't know exactly where it is. It's based in Toronto, I guess. You can pick which city it's based in, but you want the one that's closest to you. And Toronto is the closest for me. But anyway, the server is for hosting things. So like, I have an application called Sync set up so that I can synchronize folders between devices. And one thing I'm using that for is for setting up Obsidian, which is a note-taking app. That's the basic description of it anyways. I'm actually holding my phone with Obsidian open right now because I've been trying to get used to using it. I'd like to give it a full, proper try because lots of people really enjoy it. And at first, I just couldn't get into it. It wasn't for me. One of the drawbacks was one of the problems was that it didn't have a web application, and that's something that I would like. The other thing is that I didn't like how it automatically converted your markdown input into the format. But I just realized when I was playing around with this app, there is an option to write in source mode, which is where you can see the source code of what you're writing. So that's pretty useful because the way I like to use it is in some cases is to write blog stuff, and being able to copy paste would be pretty handy. But another thing I realized is that it saves the thing as markdown files, so I just open the file and copy the source code from there. So it's pretty versatile, and I haven't even added any plugins or anything. But one of the things I like about the Android app that I'm using is it's got tabs for opening documents. So every time you open thing, it creates it as a new tab, I guess. And I've got 7 open right now. It's like to switch between different windows, and I have right now it's just notes that I wrote down for this week notes. But yeah, it's quite an interesting app. I'm gonna try to keep with it, or organize it probably. I'm trying to use folders to keep things organized. So yeah, I think it's gonna work out pretty well. It's I don't think it replaced like Google Keep, for example, for just taking a note and then for that Google Keep I can access across devices. I don't need to do any kind of crazy finagling to make work. So that's one. I use lots of different services. I'll just put it that way for writing and for keeping organized. I'm giving Obsidian a good try. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe the end of next week because I said it was able to up like yesterday or Thursday or something. So okay, I think that's it for me. I got a dog for a walk, and I got stuff to do, and I still play some more N25. I better cut things out.